What's going on, everybody? My name is Brian Daniels, back once again with another Is It Good review, and this is going to be for the game Chronos, Before the Ashes. This was just released on December the 1st for Windows, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and Stadia. Chronos Before the Ashes is a prequel to the game Remnant from the Ashes. Both games have a very similar Dark Souls-esque type gameplay, and what's really weird about this game is I didn't even know this until recently. Chronos actually came out in 2016, and the game is developed by Gunfire Games, and it was originally made for the Oculus Rift, and was actually a VR game. But then it was very overhauled, and they ended up deciding to make it not a VR game, and then they ended up putting it out here for consoles. The game, as you can see, has you playing as a character with an unknown name, and what makes this game vastly different from the game that it is a prequel of is that every time you die, your character gets older by 1 year. Now, this will have an impact every 10 years you get older, and you start out as a teenager, and you basically get you grow old, and as you get older, some of your stats can increase, while some of your other stats will decrease. As you can see here, you can level up your weapons much in the same way as the Dark Souls games. The game plays just like a Dark Souls game, and it definitely has the look and feel of a Dark Souls game. As you can see here, you'll have enemies that'll ambush you, enemies of different shapes and sizes. You do get the opportunity to use a shield. There are other weapons to pick up in this game, but I do want to say that this is more like a Dark Souls light. And the reason why I'm saying it's a Dark Souls light is because the game is, it does have some really good puzzles, but it also isn't a game you're going to really find yourself getting too lost in. And what I mean by that is, the paths are pretty straightforward. The game itself is really cheap. It's, I believe, only like $29.99. And it does have some really good amount of story and lore in it. The boss battles can be pretty challenging, but what makes it significantly different from any Dark Souls game is that you can choose your level of difficulty. So you can play on easy, you can play on normal, you can play on hard, and it does give you the opportunity to, if you're experienced in Dark Souls type games, you can play this on a harder difficulty and get that more challenging game. Now, once again, the challenge does come from the fact that every time you die, you do increase in age, and as you get older, like I said, your stats will either go up or down based on your age. Much like in Remnant from the Ashes, there are these crystals that will allow you to serve as checkpoints, but also allow you to teleport back to different areas that you've found. The story in the game, it does give a lot of backstory from the first game. I don't really want to get into too much detail of the story because the story is essentially you're trying to fight this dragon, and there's different bosses that you'll encounter throughout the way. The game looks amazing. It's a very smooth and good-looking game. And as I said before, there's a lot of different puzzles you'll have to solve and various pieces you'll have to combine. As you see there, I had to combine those two parts to make that handle for this this device that I have to use to open up this gate here, which you'll see. There is no lack of puzzles in this game, I'll tell you that right now. I did not finish Remnant. I've heard Remnant is a very long game. It is a very challenging game. I will say that it is far more challenging than this game. I did finish this particular game in one sitting. So I will say that for me, the game only took me about 3.5 to 4 hours to finish. So I don't know if you want to, if that's the kind of game you want to put, you know, if you want to play a Dark Souls game and you don't want to spend too much time, but it depends on your experience with Dark Souls games. I'm a pretty well experienced Dark Souls player. However, I've not really finished a Dark Souls. Well, I have finished a Dark Souls game. I've never finished. I've finished a Dark Souls type game, but I've never actually finished a Dark Souls game. If that makes any bit of sense. But this game in particular was, I enjoyed it. It kept me intrigued. It kept me I didn't want to put it down. I didn't want to stop playing it. And as I said, I sat through an entire almost 4-hour play session from start to finish, playing through this game entirely. Combat didn't really feel all that challenging to me. As I said before, if you're familiar with a Dark Souls game, you'll know how this combat works. What I thought was really interesting is, you'll notice here, in the top left corner, you've got 3 bars. You've got your health bar, you have your what is supposed to be your stamina bar, and then under that is this ability that as you make attacks, you can do you can have elemental damage added to your weapons. So, for instance, I have that. You see that dragon eye in the top left corner. That's the fire ability. So, if I were to press X on my Xbox, this is being reviewed on an Xbox, it would charge my weapon with fire. It would be on fire. There are different elemental stones you can get, which when you have that third bar, the bottom filled up all the way after doing attacks and getting damage, you can press the button. It's the X button. I believe it would be the square button on the PlayStation, and then it will charge your weapon with that element. Now, the very interesting part is that the game you don't lose stamina for doing attacks. You lose stamina, as you see here, for running, but you don't lose any stamina for some weird reason. You don't lose stamina for attacking, and that's a very key thing in the Dark Souls games, is you lose stamina for pretty much everything. So, once again, the difficulty in this game is really not that hard, considering you don't lose stamina for attacking. As you see here, I'm attacking, and the middle bar is your stamina, and I'm not losing any. So, kind of weird. All in all, this was a good game. I enjoyed it. I believe there's far better games out there that try to be Dark Souls games, especially the Dark Souls games themselves. You do level up your character. That's what happens there. You see that. You do level up, and you can increase some of your abilities, as you see here. Other than that, this is Dark Souls Lite. Is it worth the $30? I think it's worth $30. But I want to thank THQ Nordic, the publisher of this game, for providing me a copy of the game to review. I do recommend everybody checking it out, especially if you're a fan of Dark Souls games. I think you'll enjoy this game. It has some great puzzle elements to it. It's not a very difficult or challenging game, and it's one you'll probably be able to finish within 3 to 4 hours, depending on how well versed you are with these type of games. Prepare yourself to die a lot. Other than that, really that's about all I have to say about Chronos Before the Ashes. I think it's worth it. Definitely give it a look. Give it a playthrough. And if you've played this game before, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so very much for watching my reviews. And if you like what you watched, hit that subscribe button. And let me know in the comment section below if you liked this game. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Until next time, see you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.